Good, everybody? What's good, everybody? It's the late episode of Football Heads. You know, happy holidays again. Yes, it's on Football Heads, man. We thought we was gonna do it, but we didn't. Baltimore, I thought we can come up. Listen, they scored more points than I ever thought that was gonna happen. We just came up short. That's what happens. Football heads. Listen, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, man. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Bengals. But first and for all, football heads is sponsored by, excuse me, y'all. Grab this little joint. Is sponsored by Woolly Whiskers. Woolly Whiskers get your beard nice, clean, organic oils. Get it smooth. Get your coarseness straight. And also works for women. Get your ends right. Everything is all good with Woolly Whiskers, man. And this is what it's supported by. But happy holidays, happy holidays. Listen, I ain't like what was going on, so I got me a little sippy sip. It's the holidays, so I'm just gonna chill. But we gotta talk what's going on before we talk about the Baltimore Bengal debacle or humiliation or any verb you can think about. We just gonna get back to around the league, man. We just gonna get to around the league. Only gonna bring up a couple games because a lot of games this week. Of course, we're not gonna talk about the Jets and the Jags. That's just the fight for what first two picks and whatever. We're gonna get to the meat of the bone. Honestly, I want to start off with the Rams and Minnesota. Earlier, I thought Minnesota maybe can come out with something sneaky. Rams, on a 2 or 3 game winning streak. I think 3 game winning streak. They doing what they got to do. Stafford finally came alive. Started listening. He started getting back with the coach, understanding his situations, understanding what he needed to do, and they come out with the win. Look, Stafford, man. Look, it wasn't that much. He was kind of off. Matter of fact, he was well off. He due for 3 nooks. That means 3 interceptions. Listen, he got his own days. He got his off days. But I told you that Kirk Cousins. I told you earlier. Kirk Cousins. He just always got something up his sleeve, man. 27 for 38, 315, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But he was better than Stafford. Obviously, defense was holding Minnesota up. So you got sacks from Donald. Coach Donald's gonna get him a sack. You got a sack for gains, and you just got to understand the defense side of the Rams. This was really putting them on to another level, and that's making the Cardinals just fall down because right now the Rams have a whole nother momentum going on, while the Cardinals is at a they really at a slump, man. You seen what happened yesterday, man. You seen what happened with the Colts. They're on the slump. They gotta get it together. They gotta get it. They really gotta get it together. So as we know, Green Bay is gonna be the number one seed. It's gonna be a fight between Tampa Bay, Rams. They all at 10-4. Just gotta figure it out. They just gotta figure it out. But good matchup by the Rams today, getting a successful victory because I really didn't think they was gonna get it. I really thought Jefferson. I knew Cook was out, but I still knew that Cousins can throw the ball. I knew he could still throw the ball. Rams is success. They got a kind of weakness when it comes to the run because you can kind of run and hit them with the play action fake, and that's when it create open. Now, if you want to just run and gun, just throw the ball all day, Ramsey gonna shut you down. But when you play methodical and you start to matriculate down that football field, it's a whole different. It's a whole different situation. A whole different situation, man. So, good job by the Los Angeles Rams, man. So the shocker to me today, I thought New England was going to beat the Bills, but the Bills Bill said no, no, no. We not going out like that. We're not going out like that. Josh Allen had a hell of a game today. You know what I'm saying? He threw for 314, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, y'all. Listen, McKenzie showing his butt off with 11 receptions, 125 yards catching. I mean receiving with a touchdown. Mac and cheese. He didn't. He looked like a rookie today. He looked like a rookie today as the Bills defense slowed him down. He was 14 to 32, 145, two interceptions. You can't win. You can't win with these turnovers. For weeks I was saying, look, I just said the Patriots and the Chargers in the Super Bowl earlier. You see how things shift? It just shift in a day, in a moment. Next thing you know, you think you know it, and you don't. The teams think they're gonna get this win, and they don't. That's what's so amazing about football, y'all. That's what's so amazing about football. Your team might be 1-4, but then they start to clicking. Next thing you know, they 7-4 in playoff contention. It's an up and down season, and plus, COVID is playing a part. It's just momentums, and right now we had a 4-game slump, and I don't know if we can get out of this. And we gonna talk about the Ravens, but we just giving out for the two most important games because it also contributes about who's going to be placed in the playoff, in the seedings. And far as the Patriots, you can't get mad at them. It'd have been nice if they'd have got the sweep, but they didn't. They didn't get the sweep. It's just a bad performance. It's just a bad performance by Mac and Cheese. He's still a rookie. Damian Harris, he got his 100 yards. He got 3 touchdowns. So you can tell that the offense is moving at least as running the ball, as a rushing attack. It's just, unfortunately, the pass wouldn't go. Um, the leader catcher for New England, was Jacoby. Yeah, Jacoby Myers, 6 receptions, 59 yards. It was no touchdowns on the receiving end. The rest was second with Kendrick Bourne. He only had 33 yards. Brandon Bolden had 20. Nikhil Harry had 15, 2 receptions. Hunter Henry 1 for 9. Jacob Johnson 1 for 9. It was just a slow. They just could not connect offensively, or no, as in passing. But you think the Bills was just gonna sit back and just lay there? Josh Allen been waiting for this all day, and then on top of that, he not only threw the ball, he was a dual threat, running 12 for 64. Come when you got your quarterback throwing for 314, 3 touchdowns, 12 rushes, 64 yards. Something got to work for your offense. Something. Diggs had 7 for 85 for 1 touchdown. Singletary 5 for 39. Emmanuel Sanders 2 for 20. All the average, longs was for over 10 yards or more. So everybody was at least averaging 10 yards a catch. When you averaging 10 yards a catch, that means there's no second and long. Might be a second and 1, third and 2. No thirds and longs. So he was just basically moving the ball all day at his will. So now Buffalo Bills regain first place in the AFC East. They probably moved up to number 2 in the seeds as far as the AFC playoffs. we gonna just see. Well, the game is probably going on right now against the Steelers and the Chiefs. We'll see if no Titans still got number two. So Buffalo remain number three. So we'll see how the rest switch if the Chiefs lose tonight against the Steelers. They lose tonight. The Titans remain will reach number one. So we'll see what's going on. But you see how the fluctuation of the AFC goes is we was number one 4 weeks ago. Now we still in the hunt and, and we trying to click our heels to see Kansas. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy how everything goes, man. And now, to our topper, man, it's just what we just often doing. I just don't know what can we do to get a win right now. COVID is here. Players is not our players, original players is not there. We plugging in players from here, there, and everywhere. We trying to figure out how can we create something. And this is not what we coming off to do. Bengals, astounding game. Hats off to the Cincinnati Bengals. Hats off to the Cincinnati Bengals. Right now, they're just dominant in whatever. Regardless that we had indoor football league players out there on the secondary, the Bengals just did. Listen, Joe Burrow, 525 yards, man. 4 touchdowns, man. I understand. Listen, I understand what we did not have, but you got to understand what had just happened. And what has happened was we came out. What I am shocked about is, I was calling him John Johnson earlier, and I apologize for his name, and I apologize to you, Josh, for saying your name wrong. It's Josh Johnson, and what I was shocked about, and probably the Cincinnati Bengals was shocked about, was how we started off. Because listen, we ain't scored a first quarter point since week 5 against the Chargers, and Josh Johnson was just kind of like lights out, boom, 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 scored. We did what we had to do. Held them down the first quarter. Second quarter, things kind of went hectic. It was crazy. We started. We got the ball, and then we lost it. Next thing you know, Burrow throwing a 68-yard pass to Boyd, which was a coverage. It was a straight coverage break, and you can't get mad at them guys, man. They just shout out to Don Wink for, even regardless that he threw for 524 or 525, you still showed off. We still didn't give up. We still start playing our defense, and you gave the best coverages that you can give for them people, for the players that was out there. So I'm not even mad at Don Wink for that. 68-yard pass to Tyler Boyd. We go 3 and out again. They rush down, give a pass to Joe Mixon for a 9-yard touchdown. Then we finally come down to get a score. Then I think we realized, we was done with all that pit-pat running. We was done with all that running, and it was just time to let it loose. And I was shocked to really see Josh Johnson let it loose like that. Just to see him, they just said, you know what, let's just hell with it. Let's just play. and let him to let it loose, that was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm not even mad. We got back with a touchdown to 14-24. Then we was hyped. Sacked him. 3rd and 19. Joe Burrow throw the double coverage. T. Higgins, man. T. Higgins catch that ball, man. I was like, well, there it go. That's how the momentum break. That's how the momentum break. So, they end up getting, he threw it back to T. Higgins for a 1-yard touchdown. Ended up being 31-14. I'm just thinking that I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. So, they come in the third quarter, swallow half of the third quarter. We go in at 3-and-out. Swallow the third quarter. Swallow it with like over 10 minutes in possession. Kick a field goal. Then, we get a last touchdown. We move it. But it was too late. It was just too late. And just the way how Cincinnati did us today, I feel they can do the same thing to the rest of the AFC. And as far as where we at, I just don't know. We in a state of confusion. We got players, bar the injuries. Bar the injuries. What about the coaching? What about the coaching? What is in the future for the Baltimore Ravens? We got the players. We got the players. You got to put in some more. Add a tinker here, tinker here. What is Down Week stays? I think Down Week stays. Just because why? 75% of his secondary is gone. Okay? It's gone. Derek Wolf has not played a snap this season. Okay? We got Oway, that's a rookie. Houston is in his like 10th, 11th year. Just filling in. We end up putting Bynes. We created a situation where the first season, in the beginning of the season, Queen was in the middle of he was the middle linebacker. We had Harrison on this side, and we had McPhee on the other side. McPhee got hurt. Queen wasn't really doing what he had to do in the middle linebacker spot. We end up signing Bynes, put him on the practice squad, got him out the practice squad, put him in the middle, put Queens at the wheel. Working off with Harrison till when he got shot. So now we got other guys filling that position. Number one ranked rushing defense, regardless of the minimal sacks that we have. Down Week stays. It's about Greg Roman. And now I was saying Harbaugh. It's Harbaugh too. Somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta go. And I don't know who it is. And it's time for Eric DeCosta to sit down and think about this. I understand everybody's hurt. Let's go back to the 2-point conversions. Let's go back because we could have gave more emphasis in this game, but they was doing stuff. They was running plays like Lamar Jackson was out there, and this is a 35-year-old Josh Johnson, and that's another thing too that irks me. I think every black quarterback is the same. Every black quarterback is not the same athlete. Some can throw, some can kick, some can run. Some people just stationary, and Josh Johnson is nowhere comparable to Tyler Huntley, and Tyler Huntley is damn near no comparable to Lamar Jackson. So why is you doing the same plays that you got Josh Johnson in, running the same plays that you might do with i.e. Tyler Huntley or Lamar Jackson? Them RPO plays. This guy, man, this guy couldn't hit the outside even if he was outside. If he was outside, he couldn't hit the outside. But y'all running these plays. Now that's dealing with coaching, execution. Either Greg Roman thinking every black person can run the same damn plays as Eric DeCosta, or Harbaugh letting this guy call and make these executions. Something's got to give. And you know what? It's to the point. I like John Harbaugh, but if we got to bring in something new, switch the whole offense. Because when you let him wing it, he was winging it. He was winging it. I wish they would have winged it more to Bateman a little bit. I understand Andrews is our guy, but you got to wing it more to Bateman too. Bateman is an elite player, and you will see that next year. You might not see it this year because of tight situations. We ain't got no linemen. You got Villanueva giving up sacks. I give Makari his P's. He did good. That's why we're going to get rid of. That's why we got to switch it up. Next year, it's going to be it needs to be a whole changeover, a whole splash, a whole everything for Baltimore. Not long with us. It's y'all damn Browns too. Not long with Browns and us. It's Pittsburgh too. Regardless if Pittsburgh come out with this win or not, everybody needs changes. And it starts with the coaching. We need a new offensive coordinator and possibly a new head coach. And if we can't get none of that, damn it, where are we going to go? Because other teams is getting good. Miami's getting good. Chargers is getting good. Patriots getting good. Bills is getting good. It's time for us to step up or sit your butt down. You know what? Take a small pause. That's what I'm on. You gotta sip and be like, I don't believe this. I gotta go to work in the morning and think about my team losing. Yeah, I'm that damn fanatic. And if you're not, you won't be watching football heads. I appreciate the one person right now. Much love. But you won't be watching football heads because this concerns you as a person. You ain't always gotta have the celebrity, the ex-football players explaining what's going on. We know what's going on too because we got our own two eyes. And right now the Bengals is really unstoppable. Listen, they don't need nothing on offense next year. They got a number 1 in Chase. They got a number 2 in Higgins. They got a number 3 in Boyd. And they got a tight end. And they got a running back. And a decent line. So if they want to come back and get a left tackle, they feel like they need to solidify a left tackle, then fine. Go ahead. But they got defense. They got Hendricks. They got Bates. They got Bell. Not Eli. Apple showed up today. Yeah, Eli Apple showed up today. The Bengals, I was thinking they was going to go to the playoffs and get knocked off. But regardless of how our secondary was patched up, who going to be able to stop that offense? That offense is cooking right now. Joe Burrow is looking like a true veteran, and he only in his second year. Listen, last year he got his knee blew out. Probably like week 10. He came back with a vengeance. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy is hungry. The Bengals is ready. No matter how much that cheap stadium they got, they spent a lot of money to get a lot of players down in Cincinnati. And right now the culture is vibing. I don't know what game y'all was watching. I was watching it today. I can't tell you that, but I was streaming it. And it was all number Cincinnati. Of course you seen Bird Gang in the building. Bird Gang was in the building. But it was nothing but Cincinnati fans embracing a team, knowing that they knew inside their hearts it was a good percentage chance that they can beat us, sweep us tonight, and have a chance to win the AFC North. Now what's next with us? We got the Rams next week. That's kind of scary, man. I don't. Is we gonna have a quarterback next week? Or we gonna have Josh Johnson back? Or we gonna have Huntley? Or we gonna have Lamar? I don't even think we gonna have Lamar, man. Honestly, I really think Lamar's injury is more worse than what they're saying it is. That ankle is not right. And I don't know if we can get the last two wins against the Rams and Pittsburgh in order for us to make the play. Um um AFC North is done. We're not winning that. We just trying to get in the hunt. We're just trying to be a wild card team. And honestly, I rather want Baltimore to be a wild card team than anything else because I want to dig from the dirt. They fight adversity when their back is really against the wall. And when it's against the wall, that's when they show off. That's what, even though we Bird Gang, Raven Flock, we having a difficulty with Greg Roman, but sometimes he do let it loose. Sometimes he do stretch it out and give us the rock and roll. So what Pittsburgh gonna do? Cause I'm gonna do maybe about 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna watch the next game, and then I'm gonna go off to my pool, watch the pool tonight. You know what I'm saying? 7:30 with me, Sway Lou, and the Dolphin. But anyway, what Pittsburgh gonna do? It's like it's just a whole fight, and then Cleveland. They need their last two games because they play against Cincy and what Cincy and Pittsburgh or something like that. It's Pittsburgh and Cincy, and we play Rams in Pittsburgh. So it's gonna be a fight, man. It's gonna be a fight. Who gonna get this, man? Who gonna get this? Or you want the number 22 pick? You won't keep on getting picks? I don't want to keep on getting picks. Oh, wait till next year. Wait till next year. Man, I've been waiting for this since last year. What the hell is you talking about next year? And Browns, you should feel the same way too. Especially the money you done spent this year. You just spent all this money on the secondary. You done broke the line off this year. And y'all got a mini-me quarterback that don't know when it comes to situational football, he don't know how to execute. Baltimore Ravens, we got a makeshift line. 75% of our secondary is out. Everybody swamped up. The whole team, the whole league is gone with COVID incidents. You worried about a pick? Did you see the draft last year? This year, I mean, it's probably gonna be rocking, but it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be like last year's. It ain't gonna be like the year before. And the quarterbacks ain't even in the top 10. I'll be scared to draft a quarterback this year in this year's draft. This year's 2022 draft. And you know football heads will be covering that. I might do a little live special for that half. You know what I'm saying? Call work like, listen. Because I'm making this my work too. And I love giving y'all this content. And I love the feedback. Who want these picks? I don't want none of these picks. I want our players to become solid. Have our coaches get get their minds ready to keep on winning games. And if you get to the playoffs, okay, you win. You don't, you get ready for next year. Golf free agency. It's gonna have to be a free agency movement this year. Because don't get me wrong. The draft this next year is not all bad because you got good DBs and Thibodeau in Oregon. You know what I'm saying? You got good players, defensive players. But far as a quarterback, you better find it out throughout the league. Or you just saw Kurt Warner's movie just come out. You bet your next quarterback might be at Fisher Foods or in Cambridge and Respects. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. So what the future holds? What do the future holds amongst our team? we're gonna have to switch up the staff. I think the offense is getting stale. It's not no longer having a true identity. We can't figure if we're a run team no more or we're a pass team. And right now, I think the OC is just having difficult situations of trying to make people who's the man, who the receiver. They want to throw the Andrews all day, which is fine. You can throw the Andrews all day, which is fine. But you need other players, and we got it. We got Hollywood. You seen Prochet today. Despite when they kicked off the ball in the third quarter, on the beginning of the third quarter of the kickoff, he fumbled the ball, but he damn sure got that 3rd and 9 and made 16 yards out of that. We got receivers. We got skill players. Do we? You find you this year. Our draft is all about finding offensive line, do VIA, free agency, draft. I don't know who's the best lineman or this and that. I say if we lose next week to Los Angeles, you can kiss everything goodbye. Playoffs, whatever. It's gone. It's gone. Okay? Now, if we win these last 2 games, maybe we reach against the Rams in Pittsburgh. Maybe there's a possibility. Chargers lost today. We need like Chargers, Miami to lose, Pittsburgh to lose, of course. It's several teams that need to lose in order for us to breathe. But we need linemen, a left tackle, and I'm gonna talk about this in the future. Ronnie Stanley, a year ago, he messed up his ankle. Do rehab, this and that, and this. He didn't come to training camp. He didn't play in no training camp. First game of the season we played against the Raiders. He's out. Put him on IR. Then after that, he has an ankle surgery. He out for the year. I think we need to trade him. I think honestly he needs to go. I will talk about this more in the future, because we gotta pay Lamar, and in order for us to be a successful team, because Ronnie Stanley's getting paid $93 million to be a left tackle, and the reference of ability is availability, and if you ain't available, and we breaking you off this type of money, and you ain't here, something gotta give. Something gotta give. So we start off with that. 2, if we can, we sign Tyler Huntley to a 3-year, 45 or $55 million contract, right? Maybe 20 million signing bonus. Y'all like ho ho ho, but think about this. We don't know next year if Lamar gonna be healthy. We understand we know he the best quarterback in the league. But now, if our line doesn't get right, and defense start to put more hits on him, he'll become more injury prone. And we need somebody like him to fill that offense. And 2, if that ever happens and Tyler Huntley gets in and he continues to raise his stock, we can use him as trade bait. But I don't want to, but we can. And we can get more assets for the future, because we understand that Lamar is our guy. Bottom line. 3, via free agency, try to find a left tackle. We gotta supposedly have a right tackle, and his name is Wagner. We signed him from the Denver Broncos early in the season. He was a hell of a right tackle for the Broncos. Last year, he was supposed to work out with the Broncos in the Broncos facility. He chose not to. He chose to work out at either it was in Vegas or in L.A. End up tearing his Achilles. When you're in contract, you gotta follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, you will get cut. He got cut. We signed him on the low, really on the cheap, like a 3 year, probably like 24, $30 million. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cheap for a right tackle for him to be that good. We gonna have a right tackle in place for next year. Even if we make the playoffs, he might have a debut then. I really don't want him to debut, but if they're gonna let him debut, let him debut. We good with McCarry right there. But we need a left tackle via free agency. I don't know who we find right now. I don't have the knowledge in my head to look to see who is a free agency, and at the left tackle position. But Villanueva, we gave him 2 years, 2 years, $18 million or something like that. He getting paid $8 million right now to be. He's just one and done. I just don't see him having success with us right now. Just trying to run the ball. I just don't. I just really don't see that. I don't see the success. So that's where we start, and then we got to at least find out as far as our defense. Tavion Young. Hopefully we sign him. I mean, he might demand dollars. We might have to let him go. Um, Ferguson, Matt Sack Daddy, he got to go. He can't sack his own self, man. If he was out in the streets trying to holler at a girl, he can't even sack. You see what I'm saying? He can't sack his own self, man. He, no. Possibly sign Averett. He might go. He might demand some dollars too. So it's just we gonna have a big hole on the defensive side. And as far as that, even with even with our cornerback situation, there's rumors that we possibly not with Humphreys. We possibly going to trade with wow. Why is he slipping my head right now? With our starting cornerback, is my oh my goodness. It was a possible trade. Well, it's going to possibly be some trades. Jimmy Smith is not going to be there next year. He's 35 years old. You know, Wolf might not be there. He's like 30. He's 33. Campbell might not be there. He's on our defensive line. He might not be there. Peters, slipping my mind. Peters, we might trade Peters. We don't know. It's gonna be a whole change, a whole dynamic change. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to gather and thought within the next couple of weeks. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all tonight. It's just a crazy day. We lose to the Bengals. Bengals is right now. I really think they can take it. I really think the Bengals really can take it to the AFC Championship. Once again, I figures the Cincinnati Bengals right now with their receivers, with Chase, with Higgins, with Boyd, solid tight end, solid running back and Mixon, decent offensive line. They spent over $200 million on their defense. And you know if you looked at if you ever went to Cincinnati, if you went to a Jazz Fest, friends from Ohio or any Cincinnati fan that's from not the state of Ohio, and you come to Cincinnati and you go to the Cincinnati Bengals stadium, it is horrible. It got to be the worst horrible stadium in the league right now. These stadiums is going for like 500 million. They building $500 million and more to billions-dollar stadiums, and you got Cincinnati Stadium gotta be no more probably man maybe I can't even say 100 mil. If you want to say 100 mil, you see how small these seats is. You gotta see shit like this. But this year they finally committed. They put 200 mil on the defense. Hendrickson, Apple, Bell, Ball, nice secondary. Like I said, offense is crazy. And once again, they put up 40 something points on us. Despite that, we had an indoor football league secondary. They still did it. You still play football. You still professionals. They gonna do it. You see what the Bills found. The Bills found the recipe to take out New England. New England is not really hard to beat. You contain mac and cheese. You can win the game. Of course, they got a heavy. New England got a heavy running game. New England has a heavy running game, but you need to stop. But you can contain them, and I think Cincinnati has the ability to do that. I don't know what's gonna go on with Steelers tonight. Honestly, I want them to beat the Chiefs. I want them to beat the Chiefs. I don't want the Chiefs to be the number one seed. I'm tired of McHolmes and them thinking they can rise and do something. It's time for a new change, and I see this can happen. I really see this can happen. The future of Baltimore, offensive coordinator, head coach, one of them got to go. Definitely offensive coordinator. I think we need a new fresh. We need a refreshing the offense because right now they don't understand who is their X, who is their Y. They doing RPOs against the Bengals, and you got a player in Josh Johnson that is not the player of Lamar Jackson nor a Tyler Huntley, running the same situations that you. This was the guy he was supposed to wing it out. The running, as you can see, he can complete all the passes. He got to wing it out. You got to throw the ball. Y'all didn't throw the ball, so therefore we took the loss. Bottom line, it's time for a new regime. It's time for a new say. It's going to be a whole shakeup in this AFC North. Bottom line. And holla at me if you feel you want a playoff team. Do you want a playoff team or do you want draft picks? Let me know right now. Do you want to keep playing? Do you want to see the playoffs? Or do you want draft picks? It's always wait till next year. I'm tired of hearing wait till next year. I don't want it. I'm not that type of fan. I need instant gratification like I was a little young kid on social media. I need instant gratification. Let me know. Who want to keep on doing this, man? We was, once again, 4 weeks ago, we was the number one seed. Took 4 losses. Last 3 losses were combined 4 points. Only got smacked. We only got blew out twice by the Bengals. You know what? Let's chalk it up against the Bengals because I think anybody in the league right now will have a hard time playing with these Bengals. Joe Burrow is the truth. Honestly, I don't even, listen. I love Lamar Jackson, but it should have been. I think it should have been Joe Burrow's turn. Lamar would have had to fall back. This is what Lamar's 3rd week out. His ankle is worse than what they saying, gang. Insiders, holla at your boy. Everybody capping out here. It's all cap, man. Only time you see what the results is when you play the game. And when you play the game and you see your boys getting smacked, what is you gonna think, man? What is you gonna do? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And it's just for the Baltimore, it needs to shake up. Ed DeCosta, something need to be shaken up in the staff. And it's starting with the offense. The defense is there, but like I said, 75% of the secondary is gone. If you want to trade Peters, trade Peters. We keep Humphries. Humphries had a kind of an off year, but he was still effective enough to make the Pro Bowl or still be an effective. He was still top 10 in quarterback. You know. We just need Don Wink stays. If you want to make Don Wink the head coach, then make Don Wink the head coach. But Harbaugh, Greg Roman, somebody needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to go. I appreciate everybody up on here tonight, man. You're not rocking with your boy Herm Jack. the Insider, aka the Black Jameson Hensley. I appreciate everybody tonight. And catch tuned to me in about another couple hours, about 7:30 or so. We'll be doing an episode of the Pool B, Dolphin Sway Lou. Give it to you, man. Street stuff, not street stuff, but stuff around Canton, dealing with your life, your whole body, and your whole mentality. Until then, I love y'all, man. Peace. And I'm out. Eat a star.